everyone. So today I'm going to make like a beef stew made of wine and beef stock. So I'll just show you what I've used here. I've brought this cut. You can use any meat, casserole meat. I'm actually using beef rump steak. If you can, I'll put that a bit closer so you can see. I'll roll this up. Why is the blood will go everywhere? So it's beef stock. It's actually $20. You can buy a big slab of it and dice it up yourself. So I've done that. I've cut off some fat. The reason I don't cut off all the fat because obviously you need fat into it. That's what makes it lean. But when you've got like big chunks of like this, they need to go. I don't like them. So I'll just wipe my hands. So what I have done is I've already got ready in here. So I put a little bit of oil in here and I've actually diced all the meat up and I've slightly just cooked it just slightly. That's just to seal the meat. It makes it more tender when you put it in a slow cooker. So what we're going to do is we'll put this into, I've just taken this out of the slow cooker for now, and we'll pop all these ingredients in it and then we'll put it all together. So we'll put this all in here. Okay, in this I have 2 cups of water with beef stock. I will show you the beef stock if you're not quite sure. Let me have a look. Okay, beef stock. So you just need one of these cubes with 2 cups of water. Okay, you sort of put it hot water just so it dissolves, and we're going to pop that in there. Okay, see, as you can see, just to let you know that it's 1.5 kilos of meat. It doesn't matter how much you put in it. You can work that out as you go, because you don't have to put all the fluid in if you don't need to. Okay, I also have red wine, just dry red wine. So I'll sort of measure it. Usually I just chuck it in, but I'm not going to be able to open it. It's very tight. There we go. So for starters, I'll just put 1 whole cup, because it actually does take a lot of wine. Actually, we'll put, yeah, just 1 cup. That's plenty. Okay, so we'll pop that in there. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, it was hard to sort of tell you because I sort of just chuck it all in, but it's definitely 1 cup of red wine. As you can see, I'm sort of tilting it, but the water has to be above the meat. The meat's a little bit up, but not too much. Okay, so I've also got some dill here. We're going to put a bit of dill in. We like dill. Okay, I've also got a lemon, herb, and garlic. So, because the meat that I've already brought, it's actually got rosemary and garlic in it, so I don't want to make it too strong. So I've also got ginger, so we'll put a bit of ginger in there as well. Just a little bit. So just a sprinkle, so you don't have to put too much in it. I'll just mix all that around. So just a sprinkle of each, doesn't have to be measured. Okay, the way to probably do it is when you sprinkle it, it's a good idea so I can explain to you how much I actually put in it, is I just sprinkle it and it sort of just covers the top of the meat. Doesn't have to cover all of it, just the top of it. Okay, I also got this from my garden. It's rosemary. It's beautiful, so we're going to pop that in. It gives a good flavor. Okay, make sure you wash it before you put it in there, because they can, you know, have bugs and stuff on them. All right, so I also got some corn flour. So I'll put a bit of corn flour in there, only a slight one. So probably what I'll do is I'll start with just a tablespoon will do. And at the end of it, obviously it's going to be, you'll probably need a bit more because it will need more thickening. But when we come to that and it's ready, we'll do that. So I'm just going to grab a bit of fluid out of this. I don't need any more because it's enough in there. And we'll just mix that like that. Or just that. That just makes it a bit thicker. But like I said, if we need to make it more thicker, at the end is when I add it all to make it thicker. Okay, we're going to add all that. Okay, now I've got other stuff to put in it. So I'm just going to get the fridge and get it. Okay, I've chopped up one whole onion. I've grated 1 carrot, and I also have some spinach. You can buy that in the frozen department. So we just add all this. The reason why I put carrot and I actually grate it is because you can't see it, and it also it sort of dissolves in the sauce. It's actually quite nice. And we'll also put this in. It might be a little bit frozen still. I'll mash that up. Okay, and we'll stir that all up like that. Okay, as you can see there, it's all done. So what I actually do now is I go and pop this into the slow cooker. So I'll show you what I've got. You can use any slow cooker. I've just got one of these. My hands are dirty, sorry. I just put it on low, okay? And I'll cook it until it's tender. So I'll give you the time. Like sometimes I'll cook it overnight. I'll put it on before I go to bed, and you know, but cook it all day as well. The more you cook it, the tenderer it's going to be. I probably won't cook this as long, but we'll see how it goes. So when it gets to where it's cooked, I'll show you the next step on how to make it a bit thicker if it's not thicker, and tell you how long it took to cook. So we'll let this get started and we'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. I'm just going to get the slow cooker and bring it over here. It's still not finished. It's been 6 hours since it's been on. Probably about 10 hours, but if I was to do it overnight, I'd probably start like 10 o'clock, do the whole night till, you know, 1, 2 or 3, and it would be ready. But I've turned it on, instead of low, I've turned it on high now, just to get it a bit hotter, because we're going to thicken it. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to unplug this. And I'll bring this over here. Alright, so as you can sort of see, I'll sort of show you if you can see that there. It's going really, really well. So it is going tender, but it still's got a lot of juice. The juice is, I'll put some in here just so you can see. So the juice is like gone, can you see that there? It's like, I don't know if you can see that actually. It's like gravy, okay? Because we put the beef stock in it, and then you put corn flour, and that's how you make your gravy stock. But because I like it quite rich, I could also put another stock cube in it, but I actually have a secret ingredient, is what I do. So I actually put 1 tablespoon of Gravox on it. It is quite rich because you've already got all your different flavours in it, but this just really sets it off. So we'll add a bit of that to it. So I'll open that up and we'll put it in here so I can add a little bit of water to it, because if you put it in while it's hot, it will just go gluggy, and we don't want that. That nearly fell. So just 1 big tablespoon. Just like that. So stick that in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and we'll add just a little bit of water to that. Okay, just like that. You can add a little bit less water, but it doesn't matter because we're also going to put corn flour in here as well. So but not in this bit. We'll tip this in here and then we'll get another bit of water. So I'll put that in there. That just really finishes off the flavour. And if you find you need more, you can add more, but it depends on how much liquid you got in there to how much you'd like in there. Now I think that will be fine because I'm going to keep cooking this for another 3 hours because I like it really tender. We're not having this for dinner tonight, so I can keep cooking it till 8 o'clock at night if I want. It won't wreck it. All it will do is make the meat so tender. So it's up to you how long you really want to cook it for. After 6 hours, you can taste the meat, pull it out, have a taste, and see how long you'd actually like it. Alright, so I'll probably put 2 of these in here, 2 cornflowers, 2 tablespoons. There we go. Alright, a little bit of water. I keep saying a little bit, but it just keeps, I keep putting a little bit too much in it, but it doesn't matter. More juice, the better. Alright, we'll pop that in there. And everything I've put in there will really thicken it. It will be a really nice gravy stew. Okay, I never put my mushrooms in until really the last minute. You don't really need to put them in. I am going to put it in now because so I don't forget about them later. So I'll stick that in. Now make sure you take the juice and everything out, you drain it before you put it in there. And you just mix all the mushrooms with the meat, and that will give it a real mushroom flavour as well. You can use fresh. I don't have fresh today, as you can see. I'm just using tin. So tin's good, same as like all the herbs I showed you. If you don't have fresh, sometimes you just get out those herbs that are in the cupboard. They all taste the same. I mean, obviously fresh is always better, but you still get the same flavour. All right, so I'm going to put this back on, and I'm probably going to put it on for another 3 hours, and I'll see how it is. Like I told you, we're not having this for dinner tonight, so it doesn't really matter how long it takes for me to cook. So when I've finished all this, I will take a photo for you so you can see the result afterwards. Usually I would have this with some nice mashed potato and this all drizzled over. I also will show you along the way what I actually do with this as well. I actually make pies out of this as well. It actually is a beautiful pie mix. So I'll put this back on and we'll send you a photo and have a look, and please follow me.